3. He was going to do something with them, and apparently, long story short, he ended up making off. With the more expensive shoes that he paid at a cheaper price, and then he put his old shoes. Here's the thing. Okay, here's what he did. He took his old shoes that he wore into the store, took them off, put them into the expensive box, took the expensive shoes, put them in the cheaper box, paid for them that way, and took off and walked out with more expensive shoes that he was free, and the shoes that he had on were basically the shoes he was going to pay for, or something like that. It was just strange. It's just a strange scenario. And again, you think that's bad. We have had customers after customers that have done this. And this is all within the first year I've been there. They've gotten on me, they've gotten on my fellow associates, they've gotten on my CSMs, and yet they don't understand we're doing the best we can to help them out. And it's what pisses me and everybody else off. It's like we do not deserve to get berated by these customers that should understand we are doing the best we can. True, we got a lot to improve on. True, should we have every lane open? Maybe. But guess what? Why do we have to have every lane open if at times during the day and night we're not that busy? What's the point? There is no point. There is no reasoning. There's no freaking reasoning, there's no freaking point. I can understand I can understand people not being happy sometimes. I get that. And sometimes maybe some associates don't do the job the way they're supposed to, maybe because they're pissed. But you know what? Just because you're pissed doesn't make any excuse for not doing your job correctly. Do I like the fact that I have to come in sometimes during certain hours where I barely get any rest, like I mentioned earlier? Of course I don't, but I do it. The fact is, people have to understand that we are doing the best we can for each other, and those customers have to understand the same damn thing. But they don't. And that's what pisses me off at times. That's what pisses them off at times. Sorry, I just went on a little tangent there. But the thing is, we've just had a lot of stuff go down at times. Heck, about a month or so ago, the freaking power went out there, and I wasn't even there, but the power went out. They had to shut the damn store down early. You have kids constantly coming in there, young teenagers, kids, coming in there with their backpacks, and they have to be told, hey, got to put them over there, got to put them over there. And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Heck, I can recall one of my CSMs seeing a kid take the bike or something like that and ride it right into the freaking store and just ride and ride and ride. She has to run right after them saying, hey, hold on. And then you have customers that need to use our electric carts and they can't use them because sometimes they're either being used by other people, which is understandable, or they're being used and ran out of power because teenage kids think, oh, we're going to ride around and have fun. Whee! Those kids should get it to the freaking heads. Those aren't toys. That's a lazy way. Those are for handicap. And one of the assistant managers that was there, despite how people might feel about him, liked the idea that I came up with, and you know what? Maybe I should bring this damn idea up to my store manager. Chain the freaking things! Chain the freaking electric carts so that no kids can get teenagers or kids can get their hands on them. Oh, and if you think that's something one night, obviously a lot of high school kids, back in May, I think it was back in May or something like that, they're getting out of school, decide, hey, let's go crash carts. See, this is stuff that pisses me, pisses my CSMs, my assistant managers, my store manager, even my fellow associates off to no end. And this is everything, and this is most of what I've seen during my first year. I can only imagine what everybody else has seen in the 2 years they've been there. Heck, you want to know what's even crazier? Found a freaking black bag with a dead animal in it. And that was when I was a cart associate. And that was during the freaking summer. This is one of those situations. It's been, like I said, it's been one interesting hell of a year. And I'll tell you this, folks. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So, well, that's all I have to say on my vlog, my